Hey guys, Stacy here, We Grow Again. I'm here in my kitchen dining room table. I got my dorky glasses on, ready to tell you guys about companion planting and what shouldn't be planted together. Now I'm planting a couple of things, and this is so hard to remember, guys. Just get a notebook, any kind of notebook you can. This was 87 cents at the dollar store. And I write everything down. This way you can just go back to that book and all your information you're going to need for your garden is right here. I love to document. I love to stay organized. Now I got a new camera from my Aunt Sandy, and I love my aunts. My two aunts up in New York, my Uncle Les, my grandma, they are just amazing people. My Aunt Sandy actually is the one who did this painting in back of me. She is such a talented artist, guys. This glows in the dark, and it's all 3D. So these leaves, you can actually touch this painting, and it feels like, like real leaves. She's amazing with the work she does. But she had invested in a new camera for me. I am currently trying to get that hooked up. I have everything ready right here. I'm trying to get the Wi-Fi hooked up. It's so hard to figure these new camera systems out. So bear with me on, the lips not matching my words. I promise I will have that video up for you within the next few days, like a good video, I promise. But I just want to go over some things I'm planting. I'm planting beans. Now outside I'm planting them probably in my backyard in the back here by my basil underneath my oak that I showed you guys. And then I'm going to be planting some beans out by my pumpkin. Now that's okay. That's fine to do. But I have to get my onions out of there. Now I planted my onions in front of my pumpkin, and that just does not do good with beans. So I'm taking that out of there. I'm going to plant my onions in a totally separate tote. I'll just make that just onions. That's fine. Now that's what I'm going to change. And marigolds, planting marigolds around your plants. Now that's really for anything. I haven't really found an antagonist with marigolds. They pretty much work well with everything. Now I am planting some, carrots. And I want to tell you that beans provide a lot of nitrogen to the soil for carrots, and the nitrogen that carrots need. So planting carrots and beans together is amazing. You should do it. I'm going to do that. I planted my carrots out there in front of my marigolds on the side of my pumpkin, and I'm going to plant all my beans on the back of that. And peas. Why not? It's basically the same thing, and I don't see a fault with that. There's no antagonist. The only antagonist with carrots is dill, coriander, and parsnip. They do not like to be planted together. Now for my corn, beans are okay with corn, so I'm going to leave my corn. I'm going to hill it. I'm going to plant a little hill on the side of my corn that I showed you guys by my pumpkin bed, and I'm going to leave that there because corn and beans do fine together. Antagonist to corn is tomatoes. Corn does not like to be planted near tomatoes, so just remember that. Tomato worm and corn earworm like both plants. Beans and peas supply nitrogen. So planting beans and peas near your corn, that's going to provide the nitrogen that your corn needs. Cucumber companions are beans, celery, corn, lettuce, peas, radish, dill, and marigold. So you can plant any of those with cucumber. Antagonist is potato, tomato, sage, and strong aromatic herbs like basil. So I have to remove my basil out of my cucumber tote. And I might get some dill and plant some dill there because they do good with dill. For lettuce, you can plant beans near lettuce. So the lettuce I have in my front bed by my pumpkin, I'm going to leave that there because I'm putting the beans in the back. So that's going to be fine. And you can plant corn with it. That's fine too. Other companions to lettuce is marigolds, radish, mint, and carrots and broccoli. So my carrots are going to be great there, and I can't wait, guys. Marigolds, you can plant marigolds all around your garden. Like I said, they help repel pests. So I love marigolds. I always have them in my garden. They just help in repelling them nasty aphids that love to eat your plants. Now onions, I'm only growing onions you buy from the store, which I cut the bottom off and I just go ahead and root it. It's just the green onions, and I do that, and then I don't grow my own onion as of right now. That's the only thing I do grow onion with. The store-bought ones, just a regular long green onions, and then I cut that top part. I leave a good stem on that onion, like a good white part of that stem, and then just go ahead and plant that in your garden in some soil and you'll be fine. And companions are carrots, lettuce, parsnips, tomato, rosemary, and strawberries. So that gives you a whole boat of plants to plant with that. Let me see. Parsley. Companions are asparagus, beans, radish, rosemary, tomato, and antagonists to parsley is lettuce. So you don't want to go ahead and plant parsley and lettuce together. They're just not going to do good together. Let me see. I'm going to get a drink, guys. Hang on. Finishing up my coffee from this morning. But yeah, it's so hot out today. That's why I'm doing this inside. I just don't want to be outside right now. My allergies are crazy. You can see I got my glasses. Okay, so let's see. Peas. You can plant beans, carrots, cauliflower, celery, corns, cucumber, lettuce, potatoes, radish, and sage. They all do great with that. Antagonist is chives, garlic, onion, and shallots. So I can't keep my onions by my peas. I have to totally remove them onions out of my pumpkin bed. I'm just going to give them their own separate tote. This way I know that they're by themselves and they're not going to hurt anything. My pumpkin, I'm going to keep that there. And companions is corn, squash, marigolds, and beans. So I'm good with my pumpkin. There's so much more, guys. I just want to give you the basically, the main foods that people grow. Let me see what else I have here. Sage. Sage, you can plant beans with cabbage, carrots, peas, rosemary, and strawberries. So that's awesome. I love having sage in my garden. But like I said, don't plant like smelly herbs like basil and sage and stuff like that near your cucumbers because that's no good. So I have to remove that. That's probably why I got so many pests with my cucumbers this past summer, because I did have them in the same tote with my marigolds. So I have to really watch that. You really want to watch what you're planting your plants with, because it's really going to affect the growth and just overall health of your plant. So until next time, I hope that helped you guys as much as it has helped me. Keep a little notebook. It works great for jotting down anything. This little notebook I keep for problems. Now, this is plants I'm growing and just this is cherry tomatoes, the ones I've had out there in my front garden. They're still from the summer. They got so stunted and just tilted down and just broken, and they've come back so much. So I kept a document on what they've been doing and what I've done to get them to come back. And it just helps me to go back and, if I'm having a problem with yellowing on my cucumbers, I can go back and say, okay, well, this is what I did to fix it, and it came back nice, or it didn't work, and I have to try something else. It just helps you to take notes, because when you're growing in such a big variety, like I'm growing a couple things of each, it just helps you to keep track of everything. You can lose track pretty quickly. Or mix things up like I do. I put onions out in my pumpkin bed, and I should know better. So, you always have to go back to your book and check. Check before you plant. It just will save you that extra step. I am just a blank brain sometimes, so I just love getting things out in my garden, and I don't think before I do that. So just a little insight on that for you. I hope that helps you. I hope that this video came out okay, and I'm so sorry about the choppiness and skipping in this video if it happened. I am going to get my new camera set up. I promise, guys. I can't wait, and I can't wait to show you my garden. I'm going to have watermelon out there I started, and I'm growing that separately. I'm changing a few things that I said in the videos, but I'll show you guys. Until then, have a good day. Happy growing. Bye-bye.